Indian market में if you speak about SUV owners, usually what kind of profile comes to your mind?
A well-built Punjabi munda.
Sometimes, usually, but at the same time, India में काफी female adventure seekers हैं जिनको कुछ urban type of proper 4x4 चाहिए, and hence this video.
So as you can see, the Jimny is not a very huge SUV. So if you are a female enthusiast like me or a person with a short stance, the Jimny is not going to intimidate you at all.
And this was the idea behind the video. If you are a female adventure seeker looking at the Jimny as your new companion, should you go for it? Well, the answer lies in this video. So Mansi, what's your first opinion about the Jimny?
So Bunny, as you know, red is one of my favorite colors. The Ignis at home is also red with a contrast roof. This Jimny with the red color and the black top looks absolutely stunning to me.
Speaking of the Ignis, guys, do you know Jimny की जो width है actually कम है as compared to the Ignis. It's narrower than the Ignis.
क्या बात कर रहे हो? This is a surprise to me. So maybe I think it is because of the high ground clearance and the square lines.
Definitely, that masks the entire width of the car. Now, Maruti says it's got a ground clearance of 210 millimeters and excellent approach and departure angles. Does that mean getting into the car is difficult? Well, let's find out. So, Mansi, how's it?
Stepping in the car was relatively very easy and the visibility is good enough but could have been better if the seats were adjustable in height. That is quite a bummer.
Yeah, so the driver's seat is not adjustable for height and Maruti should have given that. But on the plus point?
The windows are very large and they are scooped out. First thing, it gives a very airy feel and I think it's easier to drive because of the large windows.
Exactly. So, more thing going further apart from visibility, if this had to be your daily drive companion, do you see anything missing?
So as I drove with you from the house to Gurgaon, I noticed that I did not have any cup holder for my bottles. I did not have anything to keep my shades. Little bit things missing, थोड़े ज़्यादा ही, but I think for Jimny I can adjust.
So थोड़ा बहुत compromise करना पड़ेगा. Example, the door pads are so thin, even the wallet doesn't fit in properly. There are only 2 cup holders to be shared between 4 people. But as she said, the amount of attitude or the looks of the car or the inside, a compromise is worth it.
बनता है.
Anyways, moving on, before we hit the road and take Mansi's feedback on the car's drivability, this is the manual version. We'll be driving across various situations, including off-roading. Before we do that, a quick thing about the second row. Let's go there to show you space at the back. So what we have done is I'm sitting behind the driver's seat adjusted for Mansi's height and she's sitting behind the co-driver's seat adjusted for my height. Space for me is pretty good, and for you?
Quite good. But the only thing I find missing is the rear AC vents.
Yeah, so one more small compromise in the Jimny, and at the back seat is not too reclined, but for 2 people I think it's okay. मतलब बच्चा भी इसमें शायद बैठ जाएगा, but 2 adults के लिए it is more than ample. It is meant to be urban car. मतलब she usually drives alone or at the most with the kids, so you'll be happy, right, with the space?
I'll be happy, more than happy.
So now let's hit the important factor about driving behavior from a female driver point of view.
As a car enthusiast, the one name that I have been hearing day in day out is the Jimny.
Now, guys, इसके अंदर वही इंजन 1.5 as the XL6, older XL6. नई वाली XL6 and Brezza के अंदर improved series का आया था, which is fuel efficient but not peppy, but इसके अंदर older वाला है. So, what's your take on the engine performance, Mansi?
मैंने काफ़ी लोगों को ये कहते हुए सुना है कि द इंजन डजंट हैव अ पंच, बट फ्रैंकली जब से मैं चला रही हूँ कार को, आई फाइंड इट क्वाइट पेपी एंड फॉर अ डेली रन इट्स गुड इनफ.
सो गाइस, जैसे हम बोलते हैं, दी पार्ट थ्रॉटल रिस्पॉन्स इज प्रीटी गुड. ऑफ कोर्स फ्लैट आउट एक्सप्रेशन में आपको लगेगा कि गाड़ी के अंदर अगर लोग बैठे हैं, एसी है ऑन है, तो शायद पंच मिसिंग होएगा, बट फॉर ड्राइवेबिलिटी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आई थिंक कोई इशू नहीं है. कोई शॉर्टकमिंग फ्रॉम द परफॉर्मेंस ड्राइविंग?
So the gearbox is quite a disappointment, especially जब मैं उसको फर्स्ट और थर्ड गियर में मूव करती हूँ. sometimes I don't realize whether the car is in the right gear or not.
So notchy gearbox shift ज़रूर है. मैंने भी देखा in the past few days. I had the Jimny for a few days now. First, third, fifth के अंदर ये वाला थोड़ा वो smooth shifting नहीं है जो Maruti is known for.
So Bunny, you have been driving this car for a few days now. How is the mileage?
Well, that is pretty good for given कि it's a 4x4 and gearing थोड़ी छोटी है. Guys, as for the display, मुझे in the last few days आराम से 13-15 के बीच में in mixed driving condition आ जाती है. और मैंने एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था 50 की स्पीड पे AC ऑफ 25 की इकोनॉमी डिस्प्ले पे आती है। इसका प्रूफ मेरे YouTube एंड Instagram पर है। सो माइलेज इज नॉट बैड। एक काम करते हैं, द जिम्नी इज मेंट फॉर एक्सप्लोरिंग एंड एडवेंचर, तो आई टेक मानसी टू अ प्लेस जहाँ पे शी I think will be able to drive the car in a true environment for this particular SUV.
So guys, as I spend more time with the Jimny, I have realized a few good points. Usually for cars like this, the infotainment screen is not this modern. This particular one has a pretty good size, and also what I notice is that it also supports wireless Android Auto.
Yes, that is missing in the Thar. Apart from that, personally, I'm a big fan of these toggle switches for the windows, and the rear windows can be operated from here as well as from the rear door. So 4 windows but 6 switches for the 4 windows.
And they look very cute as well, right?
So we're doing something called as the spotting, track spotting or walking the track. इसमें we've taken a round of the whole area and we'll start with the wheel articulation. उस पे जाके देखते हैं कि गाड़ी कितनी स्टेबल है, हमारी सस्पेंशन ट्रैवल कितनी है। Perfect, 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 perfect. So take a right with more race. There you go. That makes it look easy. We'll do this once more. We were in the 4x4 low right now. अब H में करेंगे। लो में बहुत सारा टॉर्क आ रहा था, तो 4x4 H के अंदर करेंगे। Remember, ये रोड बेस्ड टायर्स हैं। These are not off road tires, all terrain tires. Remember, in her life she has done off-roading only twice, once in the Thar at the same place and now in this one. Sorry, Gypsy, and now in this one. So full marks to her because she is not used to doing all that. We'll now go over some rocks and then to basically a seesaw coming down. So all the best to us and me as well. So 2 done. The next one starts. How is the
Now.
How is the confidence?
Frankly, मुझे थोड़ा डर लग रहा है, but this one seems to be easy.
So जो पीछे वाला था seesaw से पहले rocks थे and even this big boulders nothing touched. Now this one again is wheel articulation, but it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 humps. हम रहेंगे in 4x4 H, and what I'm going to tell her is, Mansi, forget the clutch, forget the brake, forget the race. First gear में it will go through. Trust me and trust the car. Let's go. Let's control the steering. AC is on. No inputs, no brake. Even the steering can be straight. On the straight up निकलती रहेगी आराम से. The articulation and the torque at low revs is ample for all this. And because ओरास पे है ही तो थोड़े और करती हैं obstacles. This one is basically ramp going up and then down. So simple, but जब गंगा बह रही है तो हाथ धो लेते हैं. So the Jimny has awesome approach and departure angles. जिसके वजह से obstacles like these you can see will go down and will go up, but the car will not touch. 4H, just to be on the safe side, first gear. Here we go.
Before we end this adventurous video, a strong point about Jimny is the suspension travel and the wheel articulation. Also, because it's so lightweight, Bunny can actually play around with this. Oh God, is it as light as me?
So a small stint at Ora's off-roading stint gets our video to the end. Mansi, over to you now. What do you feel? Summary क्या गाड़ी की?
Style statement, road presence, and if you seek adventure, Jimny is the answer for you.
But life is not a rosy picture. Remember, कुछ shortcomings तो होंगी जो बताओ ना दोबारा.
See Bunny, बट कुछ नहीं होता जब आपको स्टाइल मारना है.
एक चीज जरूर है, you drive the Jimny and old gypsy वाली feel आती है and you do feel nice you're driving a proper 4x4, right?
See, it's an enthusiast car. आप उसको daily commute के लिए use नहीं कर रहे हो. So I think Jimny is the best answer to you if you are a female driver and you seek a good personality presence in your driving. Go ahead and get the car.
There she said it. Go for it.